You're not going to find any palm trees like this one behind me when you live in Boise. What else will be different on a home in Boise? Let's find out. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Summer Aston, a realtor in the beautiful Boise, Idaho area with Summer Aston Real Estate Group, and my team and I are always ready to help you buy or sell homes in the Boise area. But today I'm not in Boise. I'm visiting my parents in the Sacramento, California area, and I'm thinking about how when I'm showing homes to everyone from out of state, I hear all of these questions about things that are different here in Boise homes compared to homes in other states, especially if you're coming from California. And while there are many differences, I'll focus on the main differences that I hear the most. And since I'm here in California, I can even show you exactly what I'm talking about. I know I'm in Idaho, so I will show you things in Idaho too. So let's start with the foundation. So most likely in California, your home is built on a slab foundation. So I get asked about these all the time. When I do house tours, you'll see these vents in the foundation here. That is because the homes here are built on a crawl space foundation. So that means there's enough space underneath the house for somebody to crawl around in. That means that there is the heating ducts under there, and also the plumbing is under there. And because the heating is in there, that also means that most of your heating ducts will be in the floor, and so your heating vents will come out of the floor. This just helps for heating efficiency in the winter. So everybody always asks me, what the heck is this? This is a rain chain. It comes from the rain gutter, and it used to be an upgrade. It's just another way to get water away from the house. But it's really great in the wintertime because if we get a lot of ice buildup, then it will shift with the ice. And you're probably used to rain gutters like this one in California. So we also have this here in Idaho. But sometimes when we have really bad ice, like we did one year, this got full of ice and they expanded and it all cracked and they broke. So the rain chains can be helpful for that. Okay, so what are these green boxes right here? These are your irrigation control boxes. So here in Idaho, they are in the ground. This is where you're going to access your sprinkler system and make sure there's no spiders in it. So our sprinklers are in the ground like this. I don't have irrigation water. We have city water. Some of the homes are going to have irrigation water, but either way, it's the same. We only water from April to October. At the end of the watering season, you don't do it here. There's a different point where you would blow the sprinklers out, get all the water out of there, and make sure that it doesn't freeze in your lines in the winter. So you probably have sprinklers that look like this. This is what it looks like at my parents' house. And because you don't have as cold of a winter, you don't have to worry about them freezing, so they're above ground. So because you need to water all year round, you may see more of this type of fake grass like at my parents' house. So this is great for saving water if you need, but that is not a huge issue for us here. So you won't see much of that here. And also our water is much cheaper here than it is in California. And then my parents' yard is a pretty typical size yard for California, about 6,500 square foot yard. I'd say the average yard here is closer to 9,000 square feet or so. This yard is about 10,000 square feet. This is about a quarter acre lot, but we do have small yards in some areas too. So this depends on where you live in California, but many areas require these fireproof roofs. But in Boise, you'll almost always see these architectural shingle roofs, and that's because we just don't have as much fire danger here. So heading out to the garage here, so most likely your California garage is not insulated. It probably has vents, but here our garages are insulated. They do not have vents, and even things like the garage door is insulated. And this is of course due to the colder winters as well. So this isn't very exciting, but it's very, very important. So you are used to gas dryers in California and other places, but in the Boise area, it is almost all electric dryers. You can't see down there very well, but it's an electric dryer. So just make sure that you get an electric dryer before you move in. and electricity is much less expensive here than it is in California. You will see many fewer pools in yards here. We only have a good swimming season from about June to August if we're lucky, and then everything has to be properly winterized. So community pools are the way to go here, but many people moving here from California feel strongly that they need a pool, so the amount of people getting pools installed here has risen drastically in the last couple of years. So we'll see how they feel about their pools after they've lived through a few years of 4 seasons here. So I did grow up with a pool in Sacramento and it felt like a necessity, but my kids have grown up swimming in the river, community pools, and the lakes here, and that's been a lot of fun. And the last thing I'm going to mention today that everyone is surprised about is the amount of neighborhoods we have here with HOA'S, homeowners associations. So in our area, the greater Boise area, HOA'S is the norm and what you should expect. They started implementing them in the early 1980s or the late 1970s. So if you want to avoid an HOA here, you will probably have to get a home built before the 1980s or get a home on land somewhere. And not luxury land, that will also have HOAs for you, but utilitarian type land. But our HOAs are usually much less expensive than California, usually about $300 to $1,000 a year. And the more expensive ones have more amenities. And we also don't have things like MELLO-ROOS, so overall it's still less expensive. So my team and I know it's a big deal to pick up and move to a new state. So we hope these videos are helping answer some of your questions and help prepare you mentally before you make that move physically. We have lots of useful resources for you, an interactive map if you're coming for a tour, a relocation guide, and you can get links to all of those in the description down below. And to get set up on a home search and for more info, visit my website at summerastonrealestate.com and follow us on Instagram for more tips and local information. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.